Hello, hello, hello. How do you do? I'm glad to be with you. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good day, wherever you are. It's a great opportunity to be with you once again on the Grace Impact Radio, where word, music, and entertainment lives. I appreciate every one of you joining me today on this edition of Grace Impact Radio Financial Intelligence Moment with the FBI coach. I remain Charles Eze, the FBI coach. It's a great opportunity to speak to us this morning. Those joining me on Facebook, joining on the Grace on the Mixer app, and those joining on YouTube. You're welcome. It's a great day. It's a wonderful day. It's the day the Lord has made. Definitely, we're going to rejoice and we'll be glad in it. I'm sure you're having fun. I'm sure you're having the best of the new year 2022. We have just started the year. Someone said that this year don't old. Now lie you. No, 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 no. The year is very fresh. January is not even over yet, and someone is saying the year has gone too far. Today is 24th. We have about 7 days to leave January, and a lot can happen. A lot can happen in 7 days. Okay. I appreciate you, and I want to let you know that no matter what you went through previous weeks, tell yourself this last 7 days you're going to make it better. I have often said this, and I'm saying it again. The year has four battles. There are four battles in a year. The first battle is first quarter. The second battle is the second quarter. The second battle is the second quarter. Third battle is the third quarter, and the fourth battle is the fourth quarter. Now, if you miss or if you lose the first battle, do everything within your reach, within your capacity, within your capability, not to lose the second battle. I believe you can hear me loud and clear. Those joining on Facebook and on YouTube, you can hear me loud and clear. If you can, please put it up in the comment sections. Yes, I can hear you. Yes, we can hear you. Okay. So if you lose any of this battle, if you lose the first battle, you don't have to lose the second battle. As a matter of fact, it's too early to start talking about losing the first battle. With all the information we have at our disposal, we need to start putting it to work. Okay, we need to start using it. We need to start maximizing it. We need to start doing things differently in order to get a different result, in order to have a wonderful, a glorious 2022. See, there is no new year without a new you. The new year starts without you renewing your mind. It starts with you transforming your mindset. It starts with you changing how you see things. Are you seeing the glass half full or you are seeing it half empty? It's all about your behavior. I have said this before and I'm saying it again because it bears repetition. Success is 80% behavior and 20% mindset. I'll talk about that on another day. By the way, there is a program coming up from Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. It's a life-changing event. Say this event is an event that where what we discuss on this event is just money, business, and moving your life forward. Money, business, and moving your life forward is called the Wealth Summit. Wealth Summit 2022 starts on Wednesday. If you look at my t-shirt, those of you who can see me on the Facebook and on the YouTube, you can see on my t-shirt is boldly written Wealth Summit. Now, Wealth Summit is an event which is organized by Tremport Harcourt. The essence of this event is to help you make more money, is to help you 10x your output in life, is to help you maximize your productive years. Your productive years are those years you can do a lot. There is the morning stage of life, there is the afternoon stage of life, and there is the evening stage of life. Your morning stage of life is from 0 to 25. And that's money stage of life is the time when you learn everything you know today. The foundation you have today started from your growing years, from your learning years. That is the money stage of your life. And the afternoon stage of your life starts from 26 to 50. 26 to 50. And by virtue of life expectancy, the afternoon stage of life has been expanded to 55. So your afternoon stage of life is from 26 to 55. Now, that afternoon stage of life is your most active years. That is when you decide how you want to earn. That's when you decide whom you want to earn with. That's when you decide why you want to earn. That is your productive years. So the essence of this event, Wealth Summit, is to teach you how you can maximize the afternoon stage of your life. Peradventure, you are still in the morning stage of your life. It will also help you catapult you. It will also accelerate your movement to have greater momentum. I hope I'm not speaking big English. Don't mind me, just joking. So it will accelerate you. It will give you speed in order to delve into your afternoon stage faster. I'm talking about those who are still in the morning stage of their life. You are not yet 25. See, I wish the things I know today, I knew it when I was in my morning stage of life. I wish I knew it. So I don't want you to make light of opportunities like this. It's going to be aired live on the Grace Impact Radio, and I'll also see how I can push it out live on either my Facebook or my YouTube. But on the Grace Impact Radio, it's going to be live. You listen to it, everything is going to be live. So if you can't hook up to the Facebook or the YouTube, please don't miss the Grace Impact Radio app. So you will truly be blessed. I'm sure you buy one cow that has only 2 teeth with 3 tails to say thank you, FBI coach, for introducing me to this Wealth Summit. So that being said, today I want to talk to us about a few rules that can make one poor. God created this world and he made it to be governed by principles. He made the earth to be governed by rules and regulations. He made the earth to be governed by principles. No, now he created these principles, and he said that if you abide by these principles, you will enjoy the good things of life. See, there are so many persons that are struggling today, not because God does not love them, not because God have not answered their prayers, not because God have not desired to make them wealthy. All that has been set in motion, but they are breaking a few rules. They are breaking certain principles that will transform their lives. And I want to expose these principles to you today. Some of them, you know it. Some you might have inadvertently violated these principles. But I believe that after today's meeting on this financial intelligence moment with the FBI coach, I believe you will have a better understanding and you will maximize these principles. And beyond maximizing the principles, please teach others. Now, one of the rules of retention says that whatever you learn within 24 to 48 hours, look for minimum of 2 persons to teach them what you have learned. That's the law of retention. You want to retain anything, whatever you want to internalize. As you learn it, teach others. As you learn it, teach others. As you learn it, teach others. It helps you to internalize what you are learning. All right. So if you are ready, type ready, let's go, because I'm ready. So there are rules governing financial freedom. There are so many rules, but I'm going to just list out some of them. Now, the number one rule which people um, often violate is the rule of there is price to pay. There is price to pay. You must understand this, that there is price to pay. For you to achieve anything in life, there is price to pay. For you to get to that next level you so desire, there is price to pay. For a child to learn how to walk, there is a price to pay. What's the price? The child will fall and rise, fall and rise. It is in the falling and rising that you get better. There's a price to pay. That's number one rule to financial freedom. You want to be financially free, you must learn not to have everything on the platter of gold. I just want it free. I just want everything to happen to me. I just want to keep getting, what it mustn't come like that. You must pay a price. I became who I am today, and I'm still becoming a better person every day because I paid the price. I remember several years back, one of my mentors said to me, Charles, when do you go to bed? And I couldn't tell him the exact time I go to bed because there was no specific time. It's either I'm watching late night movies, so whenever the movie catches or stops, or whenever sleep comes, I go to bed. No structured life, no structured way of doing things. And he said to me, you must pay the price. Now, number one thing I want you to do is to stop sleeping all night. Stay awake all night and read. Now, since you're going to work, what you should do is to structure your time and know how you'll be able to manage your sleeping time and all that. Now, I started practicing it. I started studying all night. I would sit down. I started getting into constructive thinking, brainstorming. I get a book and a paper. I write down, I want to make XYZ amount of money, and I write down, these are the things I will do. I will take XYZ step. I will do this. I will do that. There's a price to pay. You must pay a price. Someone came to me and was asking me for money. And he said, please, that he needs to start up a business, blah, 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 and all that. He needs money. And the first thing I asked him was, why do you think you get money from me? I'm not what's it called? I'm not a bank. Okay. I'm not a bank. And I said to him, if you get this money, you said you will pay back. What's the guarantee you will pay back? They'll always give you 1,001 guarantee. Well, I'll pay back and all that. Fine. He might pay back. He might not pay back. But there's a principle I want him to learn. I said, even the banks cannot trust you and give you money if you have not proven yourself. You need to prove yourself. You need to prove yourself worthy that you can manage this money. You need to prove yourself that you will multiply this money. And you also need to prove yourself that you will return the money, the capital which you borrowed, plus the interest. You need to prove yourself. That's one of the ways the bank gives money. And one thing the bank will not do is to give you loan without collateral. You must give a collateral. Why do they ask for collateral? Because they don't trust you. When it comes to money, they don't trust you. So I said to the guy, what price have you been paying for your business? Do you have records? I mean, simple bookkeeping. I made XYZ amount of money today. You write it down. I made XYZ amount of expenses today. You write it down. He doesn't have a book. I said, the truth is, anybody that gives you money now will just kiss a goodbye to that money. Because you don't have principles. You must have a laid down rules. And he said, the money is not much. That's why I've not been able to do this. I said, no. If you cannot manage $1, the truth is you cannot manage $100. If you cannot keep good records with $1, you cannot keep good records with $100. So it starts with you having to pay the price, to learn. So number one rule says you must pay the price. Number two rule of financial freedom says there is time to give. There is time to give. You must learn to give back to the society. You must learn to give back to nature. You must learn to give back to creation. You must learn to give. Life is not all about give me, give me, give me. You just want to keep accumulating. You will have constipation. You have constipation. You must learn to discharge. You must learn to give it out. You must learn to give back to society. The reason why I'm enjoying today is because in my goals, I have made giving back almost 60% of my goals. Giving back. I have this mantra that says, whose problem are you solving today? See, if you want more money, you must learn to solve more problems. If you want more money, you must learn to solve what? More problems. The more problems you solve, the more money you make. The more problems you solve, the more money you make. The more people you're willing to give, the more people you're willing to help, the more people you're willing to help get better, the more money you make, the more better you become. You want your life to go better than it used to be in 2021, then make it a point of duty, make it a goal, make it your daily plan to put a smile on someone's face. Putting a smile on someone's face is not only when you give the person money, words of encouragement. The trainings company pay me for, most times I do these things for free. The training packages I have that I charge minimum of 25,000 naira, I subsidized the rate. I brought the prices down. Why? Because I want to give back to society. I understand this rule, and if you violate this rule, you will never be financially free. By the way, what does it mean to become financially free? Financial freedom is that point where you get to, you don't have to lift a finger to take care of your living expense. The first stage is financial security. The second stage is financial freedom. The third stage is financial confidence. Financial security says that, yes, you still have to work to earn a living, but you are not begging to feed, but you are not begging to pay your bills, but you are not begging to support people, to support some just causes. Okay? That is financial security. Then financial freedom says that you don't have to lift a finger to pay your bills because you have a system that ensures you earn even when you sleep, a system that puts money back into your pocket. You have been able to plug into investments. You have real estate. Your tenants are paying rent. You have you have transport business that is bringing in money on daily basis. You have a retail shop that is bringing money on daily basis. You have a food outlet. Money is coming in from different directions, from different angles, from different businesses, different opportunities. You are financially free. And it doesn't mean that you are rich, but you don't have to lift a finger to pay your bills. The systems you have plugged into, are taking care of your daily expense. Then financial confidence means you are extremely rich. You can take care of scholarships. You can travel to countries at will. You can do whatever you want to do. At this point, you are doing what you want to do and not what you have to do. That is financial confidence. Okay, so you must learn to give. That's the second rule for financial freedom. The third rule for financial freedom is there is patience to observe. You must have patience. You must understand that the Chinese bamboo tree does not grow in one day. The Chinese bamboo tree takes 5 years to grow, takes 5 years to spring out. Yeah. On the 5th year, it grows 90 feet tall within 7 weeks. It requires patience. If you rear dogs and you also have an elephant, you have a dog that is pregnant and you have an elephant that is pregnant, you understand that for the elephant to put to bed, you need to have patience for the elephant to have its little one. But within that period, the elephant is pregnant, the dog would have had its puppies like twice or 3 times. So you need patience to build a structure that stands the test of time. You need patience. You must understand this law. What you want to happen very fast requires good foundation. If you appear before your time of appearance, you will most likely disappear. May we not be those whom they will say, that man used to be rich. I refuse to be a used to be. So I need to build a solid foundation. And number one solid foundation is hold tenaciously unto God. God is your sure foundation. God is the solid foundation. Hold on to God. The successes, the wisdom, the knowledge, the creativity, concepts, ideas comes from Him. Then you start doing your part. Because when you're done praying, the next thing you need to do is to get into action and start laying the blocks upon blocks, blocks upon blocks, layers upon layers. So you must understand patience. There are 3 P's I often talk about. That I practice these 3 P's, and it has helped me in my businesses. It has helped me in following up contracts. It has helped me in pursuing whatever I want to do. These 3 P's, I want you to practice these 3 P's. It's still under patience. Number 1, when you are shooting for something and that thing, it looks as though that thing is not working out, you must be patient. That's number 1 P. You must be patient. Number 2 P, you must be positive. You must be positive in your mind. You must be positive in your words. You must be positive in your action. You must be positive in every ramification, in every way. You must be positive. If you're not positive, you jeopardize the process. So you must be patient, you must be positive, and you must persevere. Perseverance is the senior brother to patience. You must persevere. Okay, you must practice these 3 P's. You must be patient, you must be positive, and you must be, sorry, did I say persevere? I mean persistent. You must be persistent. Sorry about that. You must be persistent. Constantly push. I am patient. I'm waiting for this thing to happen. While I'm waiting for it to happen, I must be positive in my mind. I don't have to entertain any negative feelings. I don't have to entertain any negative outputs. And while I'm doing that, I don't have to give up. I must be persistent. Keep pushing. Keep knocking at that door. See, when you knock long enough at that door, someone will open. Yes, someone will open. So you must be persistent. Okay. So the number 3 rules of financial freedom is there's patience to observe. Number 4 is that there is seed to sow. There is seed to sow. You must sow a seed. What seeds are you sowing today? What seeds are you sowing today that will germinate into that greater fruit which you want to harvest tomorrow? Are you sowing seeds of patience? Are you sowing seeds of love? Are you sowing seeds of endurance? Are you sowing seeds of transformation in the lives of people? There are 2 things you'll be remembered for. There are 2 things that happen. So you'll be remembered for one of them. You'll be remembered for the problems you solved or the problems you created. Are you going to be remembered for the problems you solved? Or are you going to be remembered for the problems you created? You must sow the right seed. You must learn to sow the right seeds. You must learn to sow the seeds of transformation. You must learn to sow the seed of love. Go out of your way. Go out of your way and do things. Do things for people. Transform lives. Life is not all about what you get. It's more of what you give out than what you are getting. Then the next rule is that there is education to acquire. The next rule of financial freedom, there is education to acquire. What are you learning? What have you been learning since January 1st? As the whistle blew on the 1st of January, I started reading a book. I finished the book. I picked up another book. And as I'm reading these books, or as I read these books, I'm making notes. I'm not just reading to feed my mind. I'm making notes on the actions I need to take. You must be action oriented, productive action oriented. There is education to acquire. What are you willing to learn this year? See, some of the questions you have in your heart, you can simply go to Google and do the research. Sometimes I see people ask questions on the social media, and I begin to ask myself, hey, you have a smartphone. You can simply ask this question on Google. Google knows so many things. Well, the only thing Google might not be able to tell you is the food my wife gave me this morning before I left home. Google might not tell you that because Google doesn't know. But Google knows so many things. How can I make money in 2022? Go to Google, search it out. You will see different things you can read up. Make learning your habits. I have built myself that no 24-hour passes by without learning new thing. Charles must put something new in this brain. I feed my mind every day. I want to be as fresh as the vintage wine. I want to be fresh in my memory. I want to be fresh in my mind. I want to be fresh in my actions. What are you learning? For you to be financially free, you must learn. You must learn something new. You're a salary earner and you think it ends in earning salary? No. Learn something new. Start a side hustle. Never you think of quitting your job. Even if your side hustle is paying you 10 times your income, keep your job. Be the best at your job. Have multiple side hustles. I know someone who has 10 income streams, yet he earns a salary. And his salary is so low, but his businesses are paying him about 150% of what he's making from his salary. Do you know what his goal is? He said, until I have 5 buildings to my name, 5 rental buildings to my name, I'm not quitting my job. He has 10 side hustles. 10 side hustles. He keep learning every day. He keep learning every day. So, for you to be financially free, you need to keep learning. You need to learn new things. Then, the next rule of financial freedom is there is process to follow. People don't like following process. They just want to jump the lane. They just want to take shortcuts. 80% of the success you have today is as a result of the 20% effort you added. It's called the 80-20 rule. Learn to follow process. Process is very important. process helps you understand the magnitude of what you're going into. You must study processes, study systems. There is a process to giving birth to a child. You cannot just wake up and say, oh, I'm pregnant today. Tomorrow you give birth. It doesn't happen. It doesn't. As long as you're on earth, it doesn't happen. You take him, you carry the baby to full term, you deliver the baby. You want to give birth to a business, you must learn the process. Some people just want to put in money into an investment and overnight it starts paying them millions overnight. See, if you are involved in such, it is a Ponzi scheme. And Ponzi schemes deals with people. Ponzi scheme will even steal the little you have. So it takes a process. It takes, when you give birth to a child, it takes a process before the child starts walking. You must understand there is a process to financial freedom. It doesn't happen overnight. Like my big daddy will say, it will not fall upon you like a bag of sherry. You must go through the process. The seventh rule to financial freedom is that there are principles to obey. There are principles to obey. Like when I started, I said that God created this world and made it to be governed by principles. If I throw this phone, this my mobile phone, if I throw it up, I don't have to fast and pray for it to come down. It will definitely come down. Why? There is a principle that pulls it down. And that principle is known as the law of gravity. The law of gravity will pull it down. There is another law called the law of flotation. The law of flotation says that anything that has hollow in it will float. So if I take a log of wood and throw it in a river, what happens? It will float. Sometimes you see a ship that has almost 150 containers on it, yet the ship is floating. Do you know why? Because there's a hollow in it. So someone now asked me, why is it that when human being jumps into the water, the first thing the man does is to sink instead of floating? Is it because there is no hollow in you? There is no vacuum in you. So if you break the law of flotation and you say, okay, because everything, log of wood can float, I can float as well, and you jump into the sea. I want to announce to you that the sharks and the whales might end up using the person to do breakfast, lunch, dinner. Okay, if you break the law of flotation, you sink. If you break the law of electricity, you get electrocuted. For the fact that you are not seeing the current flowing through that cable does not mean there is no light in it. The only time you will get to know there is electricity in this cable is when you touch the live and the negative cable. You receive a rude shock. At that point, you have broken the law of what? Electricity. That's why it said, don't monkey with electricity. So the same thing happens with money. There are principles guiding money. The principles guiding money is such that if you don't use your money wisely, the money will flow away from you. You must understand income and expense. You must understand assets and liabilities. You must understand sales turnover. You must understand marginal cost. You must understand uh, 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 profits. So study these things. They are principles. If I'm playing a Ludo game with you and I don't understand how Ludo game works, you know it better, you keep winning me. Because there's a principle governing that game. So for you to be financially free, you must understand there are principles to obey. If you violate any of these principles, it will work against you. And once you violate the principle, you see everything starts going down. I believe I'm making sense. I believe you're getting value from this. Those joining me on YouTube and Facebook, please don't forget to tell me where you are viewing from, and also share the link, share with your loved ones. Let's be a blessing wholesale. Okay, let this also be one of the rules of financial freedom, which we need to observe: giving back to others, giving back to society, giving out. Let's share this link. Let's invite others to learn from what we are sharing. And we do this every Monday. Join me on the Grace Impact Radio. And there is an event coming up, wonderful event, life-changing event coming up starting from Wednesday this week through Sunday. It is tagged the World Summit. It's tagged the World Summit. World Summit is a summit that teaches you how to maximize your productive years. Irrespective of your age, there is wisdom to learn from another person. The speakers are mind-blowing. The speakers, I don't want to start revealing a lot here, but it's a program you don't want to miss. The speakers are tested and trusted. The speakers are, see, just be in World Summit 2022. It's starting on Wednesday, 5:30 p.m. It's going to be aired live on the Grace Impact Radio. So find a way to hook up. All right. Now, the next principle, the next rule of financial freedom is there is cause for alarm when you are poor. There is cause for alarm when you are poor. Poverty does not taste nice. Poverty stinks. Being poor is terrible. God is not interested in you being poor. God made the rich and the poor. He made them all, but he did not make them so. He made the rich, he made the poor, but he did not create anyone to be poor. People are poor because of the decisions which they have taken or decisions which they did not take. I did some business transactions. I lost money. I lost millions. Why? Because I took certain decisions. I did some businesses. I made money. I made millions. Why? Because of certain decisions I took. See, you must understand there is a cause for alarm. You say, no cause for alarm. There is cause for alarm when you are poor. The word poor, P-O-O-R, also stands for an acronym which means passing over opportunities repeatedly. Passing over opportunities repeatedly. You need to ask yourself, am I passing over opportunities? Have I been passing over opportunities that made me poor? Sometimes issues of life happen. It's understandable. You know, in life, the 7 fruitful years must come, and the wilderness experience will also come. There are 2 things that are constant in life: problems and opportunities. Problems will always come. How you manage the problems, how you learn from the problems determines what next. Then opportunities will always come. As a matter of fact, opportunities are standing by the door waiting for you to take advantage of them. Opportunities will always be there. Are you taking advantage of opportunities? That's why you need to start with the first few rules which I talked about, learning, you must learn. You must learn. You must learn the language of money. You must learn how money works. Sit down and ask yourself, how does money work? How can I start investing? What are the ways to invest? Where will I invest? Why should I invest? There are so many places and so many ways you can invest. So you need to understand there is a cause for alarm if you are poor. Another rule of money is nothing ventured, nothing gained. Those who have not succeeded in life are those who have not tried anything. Nothing ventured, nothing gained. You want to succeed? You must venture into something. You want to go further in life? You must do something. Success does not fall upon you by wish. You can't wish your way into financial freedom. You can't wish your way into success. You need to work it out. You need to venture into something. Financial freedom is not a walk in the park, but it's achievable. It is possible. Then the next rule says that quitters never win and winners never quit. We quote this every now and then. But do we truly practice it? Do we put it to work? Do we practice the attitude of not quitting? When things go haywire, when things are going against you, do you quit? Or do you stand in there to develop a thick skin to failure? You need to develop thick skin to failure. You need to get out of that case, Sarah, whatever will be, will be. Whatever will be, will not be. It is only what you said will be that will be. Nothing ventured, nothing gained. Then the 10th rule of financial freedom says quitters. Okay, I've talked. Okay, quitters never win. Yeah, quitters never win and winners never quit. Then the 11th rule says the road to success is for men and women of faith. The road to success is for men and women of faith. You must have faith. The simple definition of faith is to plan. What are your plans for the week? What do you want to achieve this week? If you don't have plans, then you don't have faith. Because planning is a simple definition of faith. You are planning based on what you don't have. You are planning based on what you have not seen, but you know it will happen. Is that not faith? That's faith. So you wake up in the morning, you don't have plans for the day, you don't have it written down somewhere, you are not practicing faith. Success, the road to success is for men and women with faith. In other words, if you must succeed, you must have written goals, you must have written plans, you must have what you want to achieve by the end of today. See, I call my own, I call it the 5 5s. The 5 5s. I always write down 5 things I want to achieve every day. I want to write down 5 things I want to achieve every day. So I write it down on a paper. I want to do this. I want to do this. I want to do this. I focus on those 5 things. Now, if I finish those 5 things early enough, what do? I first of all celebrate, relax, then go into thinking. I do a lot of thinking. I started learning how to think. I started learning how to do brainstorming because I've come to realize that one of the most difficult work on earth is to think. People don't think. People don't want to stretch their brain. People don't want to stretch their mind. See, thinking, the way physical exercise is to our muscles is the same way thinking is to your brain. Learn to think. The more you think, you are exercising your brain. You are exercising your brain muscles. You are expanding your muscles. You are expanding your horizon. See, when it's said that, oh, this person thinks outside the box, it doesn't happen overnight. You need to start practicing it. Practice brainstorming. And I said this when I started, that one of the simplest ways to practice brainstorming is to bring a paper and say to yourself, in the next 7 days, I want to make $5,000. You have written it down. So the next step is to break down, how do I make $5,000 between now and Saturday? You see, your reticular activating system will wake up. You start thinking, you start working, you start planning. Okay, I will do this. I will do this. See, even if the thoughts look so foolish, put it down on a paper. Just put it down there. Have a rough sketch of it. For those who went through my Vision 2022 masterclass, you understand this very well, because I took time to share, I took time to break it down, the processes, what you need to do. And if you haven't gone through that Vision 2022 class, it's still on my seller page. You can also chat me up privately, and I give you the link to pick up your copy. It's amazing. It's life transforming. Everyone who judiciously went through that training have one testimony or the other to share. Okay? So you must have faith. You must practice faith. You must learn to write things down. Stretch your brain. Engage into mind work. Think. Set out time to think. And I ask people, what's your a perfect day? What does it look like? What's your perfect day looks like? It's part of the things I shared in that Vision 2022 class. What a perfect day looks like. Stretch your mind. Work on it. Ask yourself multiple questions. You will get an answer. If you knock long enough, someone will open. So success is for men and women of faith. Then the 12th rule of financial freedom says poverty is a risk and wealth is a risk. So you need to choose your risk. To be poor is risky. To be wealthy is risky. So you need to choose your risk. Which risk do you want? You want to remain poor or you want to be wealthy? The goal is not to be successful, but to remain successful. That's the goal. That's the ultimate goal, to remain successful in every area of your life, in your job, in your family, in your marriage, in your business, in your relationships, in your finances, in your ministry, in your work, everything you do, you want to remain successful. You must pay the price. There is price to pay. There is price to pay. There is price to pay. What price are you paying today for that glorious future? You cannot just faith it and expect it to happen. You cannot just motivate yourself and expect it to happen. You cannot just confess it and expect it to happen. It must show up in your behavior. Success is 80% behavior and 20% mindset. Let me explain it. I want to lose weight. I want to lose 20 pounds this year. And every day I wake up, the only thing I'm doing, I'm confessing, I'm saying to myself, oh, I'll lose weight. This year I'll lose weight. I'll lose weight. Yes, I know it. I believe it. I speak it. I confess it. My mind says it. My body agrees with it. I will lose weight. And every morning I take 5 liters, 2 liters, 3 liters of carbonated drinks. I go to burger shop, I buy the best burger, I buy shawarma, I eat junk. Please answer me. Do you think I will lose weight? I would love to see it in the comments. Do you think I will lose weight? Do you think? I confess it, but I'm confessing it. My coach has spoken to me, and I believe his words. I'm motivated. I'm inspired. I'm running with it. I'm speaking it every morning I wake up. I'm losing weight this year. I'm losing weight this year. I have it written down everywhere on my wall. Every part of my room, I have it written down. I'm losing weight. But I'm not, my action speaks opposite. My actions are not in sync with what I'm confessing. Do you think I will lose weight? Of course not. So you can say that success is 80% behavior. I see a lot of people, they are managing their business instead of managing themselves. That's a story for another. I'm going to talk about that for another day. Okay. So you must take the risk. It's risky to be poor. And it's also risky to be wealthy. I choose to be wealthy. I choose to take the risk to be wealthy. I choose to do things the ordinary man would do. The difference between the ordinary and the extraordinary is the extra on top. Is that extra 1 hour you give? Is that extra sleep you deny yourself? Is that extra food you deny yourself? Is that extra workout you engage in that makes you different from the other person? Yes, yes, I agree with you, Mr. Emmanuel. Pastor Emmanuel. Confession without positive action is a sham. That's true. You confess it and you are not taking the commensurate, your necessary actions. It's a sham. You're only deceiving yourself. Then the 13th rule of financial freedom says the more analysis, the more paralysis. Analysis, paralysis. There are some persons that want to analyze everything. They want to analyze and analyze and analyze and analyze. You keep analyzing until everything fizzles out. That's when the law of diminishing intent sets in. The law of diminishing intent says that because I'm so interested in doing this thing and I don't take action immediately, the cares of life will come and choke it out of me. You lose that zeal, you lose that zest, you lose that ability, hunger to do that thing because you didn't take the necessary action. The law of diminishing intent immediately sets in. Stop analyzing. Yes, you need to do your ground check. Yes, you need to take calculated risks. There's a difference between taking calculated risk and analyzing. I just keep analyzing. See, those who analyze are always looking out for faults. They're always looking out for what is not working. They're always asking, what if I fail? They're always pessimistic. They are not optimistic. They're seeing the glass half full and they're not seeing it. They're seeing the glass half empty and they're not seeing it half full. They're not positive in their mindset. Everything is negative. What if I fail? What if it doesn't work? What if I lose money? What they just analyze and man, I run away from those who analyze. If I just notice you have that attitude, I stay away from you. Analysis paralysis. Then the 14th rule of financial freedom says financial freedom is not a chance, it is a choice. Financial freedom is not a chance, it is a choice. It is your choice to take. It is your choice to make. It's your decision to take. You must decide to be different. I, Charles Eloeze, decided that I'll be different. I'll be different from my ranks and my contemporaries, my ranks and files, my friends. I decided to be different. I decided to set a pace for myself. I don't go by the multitude. I don't go by popular opinion. The first thing I ask myself is, what is God saying about this thing I'm doing? Once I know that what God is saying is the right thing for me, I run with it. I don't care what people think about because God will not lead you wrong. God will not lead you astray. And I also want to let you know that when God is asking you to go somewhere or to do something, it is not palatable. It is not sweet. It comes with work. WORK. It comes with work. You must work it out. You must sweat it out. Financial freedom is not by chance. It is a choice. You must make up your mind. You must decide you want to go through this. You must decide you want to become a better person. Then the last rule of financial freedom I want to talk about today is that your destiny is in your hands. Your destiny is in your hands. Stop playing the blame game. Stop blaming your parents. Stop blaming the government. Stop blaming the society. Stop blaming your teacher. Stop blaming your mentor. Stop blaming your coach. Your destiny is in your hands. To become better, if you want things to become better, you need to become better. If you want things to go right, you need to start being the right person. If you want things to improve, you need to improve. Go to the man in the mirror and look at the man in the mirror and ask him, who are you? Ask the man in the mirror, who are you? Are you giving out your full capacity, your full potential to become whom you want to be? Are you stretching yourself more than enough? Are you doing your best? Are you just being complacent? Little thing you are tired, little thing you are walking away, little thing you encounter, little challenge, you are, oh, this is not for me. Have you asked yourself, what are the things I can learn from this situation? What are the things I can learn from this process? What are the things I can learn from what is happening? Have you asked yourself that question? Stop asking why me and ask why not me? If not me, who else? If I don't go through this, how will I become a better person? If I don't go through this, how will I teach another person? Recently, we interviewed some persons on an entrepreneurship stuff, and one of the things that keeps coming up is the fact that people just want money. They just want money, but they don't understand there is a process to wanting money. See, for your business to grow to another level, you must first handle that business with care. You must nurture that business. What are the basic things a business needs to grow? Number one is simple bookkeeping. 80% of the persons of entrepreneurs or those who go into business don't have simple bookkeeping. Simple bookkeeping means you must have a book where you write every income that comes in, every purchases you make, every expense, every sales must be written down. You must learn to take stock. It doesn't matter if your business is in a small room. It doesn't matter if your business is in slap me, I face you. As long as you call it a business, it doesn't matter if it's airtime, recharge card you sell. It doesn't matter if you sell peanuts. Have a book. Have a record. I purchased 1 bucket of peanuts today at XYZ amount. At the end of this day, you'll be able to record, say, okay, out of this 1 bucket of peanuts, this is what I sold. And you now start listing out your expenses. On my way to purchase that peanut, I spent so amount on bottled water. I spend this on transport. These are your expenses. You must write it down. We'll talk about all that in another day. So I believe these rules, you understand these rules. Now, I want you to watch this over and over again. You can go to my YouTube channel, FBI Coach, or you go to my Facebook wall, FBI Coach. You'll find this video, watch it again, learn the processes, internalize it, and look for 1 or 2 persons to teach. Also, share the link with others. Let them learn from what you are also learning. I believe I've been able to add value to your life today. I believe you got something from what I have shared in this 60 minutes. Oh, it's already 1 hour. You know, I feel like I have more hours to spend here. If you give me an hour, I can take 2 hours. If you give me 2 hours, I can take 3 hours. I just enjoy what I'm doing. Okay. So the final rule of success is that enjoy what you do. Enjoy what you do. Fall in love with what you do. Don't do things because I just want to do it. Fall in love with it. It's my pleasing pleasure and a privilege to be your host today on the um financial intelligence moment with the FBI coach. I appreciate every one of you joining me on the Grace Impact Radio, joining me on Facebook and YouTube. I look forward to seeing you again and again, and have a wonderful day. Bye.